Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and today is kind of a double collab kind of a day. It is day 2 of Mixed Media March 25, hosted by Ceri Griffiths, and I'm also starting my How Do You Do Art, hashtag How Do You Do Art, which is hosted by Sharyl at The Whole Bucket. We're working with a kit that has been created by Becky Bokern. Works great with the Mixed Media March 25 collab because these are gel play prints that Becky has shared on her Ko-fi, and I'll make sure to link that below, as well as as the videos come out, I will link the other channels that are also doing the collaboration, because I don't always know until they start putting their videos out. But Sharyl for sure, and there's usually Dawn at Four Grace Creations and Patty at the Bumbling Crafter, and now Kiki, which is, can't remember the name of her channel. I can only remember her actual name. Anyway, I printed mine 2 to a page because I just like smaller patterns when I'm working on ephemera. And so these, just know that they come full size. I've just printed them 2 to a page, so you know they would come full size like that. I really like that one especially. So this, I think she's used one of her stencils. Becky Bokern is another co-designer at pmartiststudio.com. There's those 2, and she also works for a bead store and does teaching and stuff like that. She started her own channel now, and so she'll definitely be linked below, her Ko-fi shop and her YouTube channel. There's that one. There's her ampersand. I have a version of that. I think this is like one of her bead masks or stencil maybe, and that's one of hers as well. So if you're looking for like sweater texture, that stencil gives like kind of a sweater texture, and then that one, which is really cool. And then she also, in her kit, the same kit, she has all of these. And these are fun. These made me think of Andy Warhol. And I think I'm going to do some pieces kind of inspired, like pop art pieces with some of these. So once I show you all of these, I'm going to cut them all up and kind of match them by size. And she did these AI, so these are just kind of a free part of the other digital that she's selling on her Ko-fi shop. See, you could do a whole little scene. You could fussy cut out the animals and put them in that background, or this background, if you wanted to. And then there's the pine cones and mushrooms and more mushrooms. I like mushrooms. Oh, and the little acorns. Okay, you could see kind of where the Andy Warhol idea comes in, right? Especially with all the bright colors and stuff like that. So I'm going to cut these out and be right back. Okay, I've got them all cut. I've got them sorted by size, because that's how which one has the most. I think this size might have quite a few options in it. And it's workable to be able to do something. Yes, I still have this piece here. It's kind of stuck to the glass. Oh my goodness. Now, if you've been watching me a while, you know, if I'm inspired by like a person, artist, or a style, it doesn't mean that what I end up with is going to look anything like what you're thinking of in your mind. Because I go off on my own little tangents and do my own thing. So if you've been here a while, you know that whatever I do is not necessarily going to end up looking like what you're expecting. I'm not exactly sure where I want to start. Let's see, what do we have here? We have some mushrooms. That's a little bit smaller. Alright, we have him and him. Move those out of the way. We have another squirrel, more mushrooms, and a fox. Let's see, so those are all kind of pink, and these have more orange. See my problem? Like, they're all about the same size, but the colors vary. Like, these are more vibrant, these are more pastel, and I don't have 4 or an even number. It's okay. It doesn't have to be an even number. And this one could mix with mushrooms of some sort. Because with he's not a forest animal too, so he might have to. And I'm using what I've got here, you know. He's special. He'll get something special. Don't worry. Yeah, I don't like that. We'll figure these out later. Alright, so these are not what I'm going to be using for this. Sorry, you have to go through all this with me. Where's the other pile? Oh yeah, this was my biggest pile, right? So we've got these background pieces. Alright, and then we've got this bunny on a mushroom, and that bunny on a mushroom. Oh, we have a sloth, a squirrel. Don't really need those. He's a different kind of a, and we have our owl is also a different kind, but if there's enough of them, they would be, but so far there's just 3 of them. Of course there is. Why would there be 4? We've got our mushrooms. These are smaller. So we have 2 of these, 3 of these. We could just do 2. Or we could just do 1 and still, instead of having, because you know Warhol had, you know, the portraits. That's what's in my brain that I want to do. But it may not happen. I think it'll probably be easiest, and I'll be able to do it small if I use the acorns. Because I do have 4 of those in a similar sizes. They are just, oh, he's smaller though. Yep, that's going to bug me. So, Becky, I needed all the same size of some things. If you're going to give me this idea with the... Now here we have 4 bunnies. Now I was thinking what I could do is cut out the bunnies, give them a different background. Because we have a yellow bunny and a pink bunny and a yellow bunny. This one's pinkish. I wish he was more blue. I could use some watercolors to change him up. Or I could mix them up. So we have 2 squirrels. And we, alright, so we have a fox, got a couple foxes, and a raccoon. Alright, I like the vibrancy of this raccoon. And I like the vibrancy of that fox. And let's see, what else? We have this hedgehog. These are bigger. This is a different raccoon. We have the smaller owls. The owls are still just 3 owls. Okay. And that is, alright, oh, we can do this. I like the sloth, and he's small enough to be able to work. So if we do the raccoon, the sloth, the fox, and do we have a colorful, he's smaller. I need a bigger version of him. There's not a bigger version. What's over here? Deer, 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 the other raccoon. These 2. So maybe the hedgehog. He doesn't quite work. I don't know. I will cut them out. They're bigger. Alright, what I wanted to do might not work because I need different sizes. The bunnies would work, but that's okay. I mean, I could do 2 or 3. I need him just a little bit bigger. What's over here? Was there one of him? Did I just look in this pile already? Probably. See, he's a different style and different. I like these. These are popping. He's just a little bit smaller. He's just a little bit. Alright, they're just going to have to work. I'm just going to make these 4 work. Alright, I'm going to cut them out. Be right back. Alright, he is definitely too tall. He just looked really awkward, so I don't know. He's not my first choice just because he's just different than the other ones, but you know, he's still fun. So I left his rock, cut it off a little bit so he'd be about the same height as him, and then the direction they're facing has to do with where they are, and I guess he's up there because he's kind of on a mountain. I don't know. So now I need to figure out my background. So I want 4 different color backgrounds, and I need to figure out the size I want. Who is my tallest? He might be my tallest and widest, yes. So let's see. I need at least, I want at least ½ an inch around, maybe more like, or 3, 1, 2, 3, 3/8, and 1, 2, so 3 inches by 3 and 3/4. So I need 4 pieces, 3 by 3 and 3/4. There we go. And I'm gonna try to choose like the brightest 3 by 3 and 3/4. So I think this one might work on one of them. So let's just go ahead and 3 and 3/4 by 3. I want the brighter side. So there's one. And let's see. This is like a, oh, the green, one of these green ones. Which one? Where are my guys? Oh, there they are. See, this on the opposite of him might work, and he would be down here, so that could work. Okay. So let's go ahead and do 3 and 3/4 of this one. 3 and 3/4. And 3. I'm gonna cut off this side just a little bit. Can be used in a cluster at some point. Just want more green showing, I think. 3 and 3/4 by 3, and that's the direction that they're going to be. Let's see. This one's a little bit on the busy side, so I'm not sure that would work necessarily. Oops, he goes up there. There he is. Alright, so that could work. I might have these squares a little bigger than I want them. Sorry, I can always make them smaller. I would rather start out larger. He could possibly work on that, but let's see. I also have that one's kind of a bright color. Oh, this has got green and the pink. This one has more purple. That one's more dark and grungy. I don't have to use these. I could always find other ones. But for right now, I think this is just a fun way to go. Alright, 3 and 3/4. I know it's big, it's okay. And that would go on one of those, and then maybe there. That's got, oh, we had this one too. Let's see. It doesn't really have a direction, so it really shouldn't matter that much. I mean, or you could just make, you know, ATCs with the 4 of them, and then kind of have them be whatever. Or you can make one big piece. It's totally up to you. Definitely think that these could be a little bit smaller. Alright, I'm going to cut them all down. There goes nothing. Cut them all down by maybe about 1/2 inch. This was 3, so 2.5. And if I'm wrong, well, by 3 1/4. And then I've got more papers, and they can be used for something else. Okay. Ooh, I do have this purple paper too. If I wanted to add more purpley to it, because this is kind of purpley green and does the direction I do these really matter? I don't know. Don't need that. Alright, you are down here. You are up there. Where's the other guys? Where'd you go? Welcome to my world of losing my pieces all of the time. Where'd you guys go? Oh, you're under here. Somebody was yelling that, weren't you? Alright, I kind of want some of this blue in the background somewhere because it's here and it's here. And I might want less, whatchamacallit. Alright, so, alright, I'm changing gears here. Just changing courses now. Alright, so I've picked out colors that kind of go with these guys, and they're actually going to go opposite corners. So I'll start with my lightest ones. And so he is going to go on the yellow that I'm picking out based on his colors. And I'm just kind of getting a couple colors here, mixing them up a little bit so that we have not just one straight color, because that's just a fun way to do things. Whoops. Putting the cover back on straight is helpful. You know, if you don't want your paints to dry out. These are just the Amsterdam, and I think I'm going to use my, it'll be a little bit transparent, so it's going to show through a little bit. So I'm going to use my nautical, now somebody asked me what they were called because they liked all the numbers. I don't remember. Wait a second, even though I just answered this question the other day, but in case anybody else wants to know, they're pretty pricey online. I was lucky and got mine at an antique store for $1. They are sight reduction tables. You might be, if you ever find them at a thrift store, like cheap, like get them. When I looked for them online, they were like 25 bucks. But they have a lot of pages on them. So, guess I could put some up in the shop, but I kind of like them. I mean, that's why I went back and got the second page. Alright, so how does that, that's pretty good. That's similar, you know, it's got his colors there. I don't mind the numbers in the background. I kind of like the numbers in the background. That, because, you know, it's always going to be my brand. If we're doing pop art, it's going to be my brand of pop art, which may mean, oh my goodness, drop the cover. But at least I found the cover, didn't lose it. This may mean that it's a little bit of grungy pop art, because that's how I roll. So, got the green and the turquoise, which will hopefully, that yellow might green it out a little bit, but and maybe I'll like the brayer off bit better, who knows. Alright, I had a lot of paint on there. How do we do? Do we do pretty okay? I don't know, maybe a little bit more of the turquoise, because the yellow kind of yellowed it out a little bit. Maybe I don't know how I felt about the yellow in the background. Would have been fine, but come on. So yeah, instead of like the polka dots you might have in pop art, we've got, didn't I just grab out like a bunch of those papers? Apparently I only grabbed out 2. Whatever, Trevor. Oh, and I like how some places it's, you know, shows through and some places it doesn't. Whoops. Oh, watch me like that side better. Might. We'll see. See which side gets cut out in the end. And then we've got this blue. Since we've got blue on the plate, do these 2 for that. Oh, and then blue and orange. So I think the fox will look pretty good on that also. I don't need it to be, I want it to still have delineate. I don't want to mix it. I want the colors to be I want to pick up as much of that as I can. Oops. Could have just brayered it too. I mean, just wanting to get some color on the paper. How'd we do? Are we, I mean, when it's down here, it should look good, right? Or do we need a little bit more of, I have a lot of this blue. Maybe a little bit of, maybe there's a blue that's closer to him. Whoops. Possibly, potentially. That one's dark. Maybe not. Maybe it's, or maybe it's just not in here. See, when I want colors, I just kind of, maybe we just need to lighten it up a little bit. I come into my, look for these when they're on sale, like the big box of, those are the same colors. That one's open. Where's, no, that's not it. Yeah. A set like this, if you want colors to choose from, is good. These are Amsterdam. They are these, what a size are these, do they say? I don't know. They're just the little, they 1 ounce, 0.7 fluid ounces, so you know, little tiny bottles and whatnot. Let's mix this light one. Let's attempt to, there we go, to mix that light one with this blue one. Hey, worst comes to worst, I just end up with more collage papers to play with in the future. The boys, they watch SpongeBob. That's why you get to hear weird things like future or water would be nice. Well, they used to watch SpongeBob. Now they're like much older and don't do that as much. All right, let's see. How do we do? I don't know. Can't get. It's a little more turquoise than blue, which should be okay because it'll be next to like this more green color with the yellow, and the orange is next. Oh my goodness! Open sesame. I'm saying the magic words. It's just a little 5x7 gel pressed gel plate. Sometimes you can get them on sale. I know I got a deal one time where there was like an 8x10 and a 5x7, which I got, and I kept the 8x10 and gave the 5x7 to my aunt because she's a card maker and that's what she prefers. She prefers the smaller plate. But you know, if she ever wants a bigger plate, I'm happy to oblige. But she does more in the card realm of things. Got a little bit of green back there. It's a little bit grungy. That's all right. We'll do it again. Maybe it'll get a little less grungy. I do want some colors that pop a little bit more. Don't want it too grungy. I don't know. Some people want to know the colors. So this one is vermilion, and this one is Naples yellow red. This one was sky blue light. This one was brilliant blue. This one was primary cyan. This one is permanent green deep, and this one is turquoise blue. They have numbers too, but that's what you're getting for now. So I'm pretty sure for Amsterdam. Oh, look at that grunginess. I like, most of the time I like grunginess, so there's that. But when you're doing pop art, you don't necessarily want grunginess, but then like I said, it's going to be my style of pop art, so there may be grunginess. Alright, so now, does anybody remember what size these are? Because that's the size I want. Don't lose your characters, whatever. Alright, cut these down, put my paints away. Yeah, I'm going to put them away in the drawer. I don't know if the drawer will get put in its thing because it's kind of hard to do right now. The hedgehog has absconded with Nothing. He's just disappeared. He doesn't want to be part of this anymore. I've looked and looked and looked, and the hedgehog is not to be found. I don't understand what happened to him. So the squirrel is going to take his place, and I just had this piece here, which has a little bit of the blue that's in his belly, and so that's how that one's going to go. And I had changed, I thought about changing them, because when I had the yellow up here, I didn't like it, so I was going to do the blue down, see, kind of like that. Kind of like that, but then there's nobody has any yellow, so it doesn't make sense like that. Although there is pink. Maybe I'll change it to, oh, and now he's got ink on him. Well, you know, that's just how it is. I want a warm color. Like, I don't like it with the three blues, unless I was going to do a light green somewhere or something. I don't know. So, the yellow doesn't necessarily make sense. So I'm going to change it to pink. I'll be right back. Alright, I think I've got this now. I've cut down this manila file folder is what this is, and it just has a ghost print of some stamping that I had done. I'm really annoyed with that hedgehog. Why'd you leave me, hedgehog? So rude. Okay, so I'm going to, and I've left kind of a 1/4 inch, enough for like a 1/4 inch around each side. But do I want it to meet in the middle, or do I want to leave a little space? That's the question. And I made sure when I cut these pieces for the background that I cut them at different places so they're not, oh, that one's lining up. Well, they are lining up. Didn't want them to line up, but they're lining up. But that's okay. I didn't mean for them to line up, but some of it is lining up. Not all of it. I'm going to, do I want to ink these? I think I want to ink these. With what? I don't know. Just with black, maybe. Because, why not? I'm going to ink them with black. I'm going to grab out one of my little daubers and just kind of edge them. I don't want to go, I just want it to be edged on the very edge with black, just to frame them out. Alright, I started out by using the lines on the back to kind of get a 1/4 inch edge on each one, and then for the rest of these I'm just going to line them up to each other and have them meet in the middle. So I'll have a border around the outside edge, and I may do something with that border, we'll see. And I'm just using glue sticks so that if it gets messed up somehow, I can just kind of pull them off and adjust them if need be. And I don't know if I said, but my background pieces ended up being 3 1/4 by 2 1/4. And as you can see, some of them are a little taller than the others, you know. Nope, I'm just gonna come up like that. This is gonna bug me. Will I be able to get this off? I don't know. Just need to trim the tiniest bit off of that. Ink it back up again. Add some more glue, so apparently got glue here. Because I got a glue glob on my workspace here. Alright, gonna line that up. I want them to meet in the middle and be even as much as possible. I'm not able to do things perfectly, so I can't be too upset about it. I mean, what I could do is I could just take off the frame, and that would, you know, that's what I'm going to do. I had some ideas for that frame, but I think I'm just going to even off my outside edges so that they all meet up perfectly, imperfectly, but more perfectly than imperfectly. As long as they meet in the middle, and then you can cut it down afterwards, right? Yeah, I had some ideas for the frame. I was like, well, maybe if I do some little dots and do like the opposite colors on the frame, like do like pink dots around here or the light blue dots around here and the orange dots around, you know what I mean? Might have been fun to do, but that's okay. Oh, and for the pink one, I used magenta and Persian rose. All right, so now we have this fun background piece. I like it better without the border anyway. And so now we can, do I want to do anything else with the background? I think I'm good. Could have added some polka dots or some other stamping, but I think the numbers, will work. And so I just kind of want to center my guys. Normally you want to give them some ground to stand on, but I want them all centered for this particular. I'm not going to reprint him and cut him out, just like I'm not going to reprint the head. If the hedgehog turns up, he'll get to go on something, but otherwise, yeah, he's quite a bit bigger than the other ones. That's okay. It's still going to be cute and fun. It was the idea of it, you know. It's not perfect. I mean, I don't have all the same images. They're all not all, you know. We're going to put him down at the bottom because otherwise it just feels weird. It's fun. It's fun. That's what I wanted, was something fun with these fun images. So I will be playing some more with these digitals throughout the month. When, I don't know. But, you know, just to have some fun. And then I need to, oh, I forgot to sign the last one. So it's one of the rules for the Mixed Media March 25 is to sign them. You can sign them on the front or the back. I'm gonna sign the. I'm gonna sign the back, and then number it, which you could do your number on the front or the back. And I'm going to date this. This is 3/2/25. So there's my 2. That is for today, something a little different and a little fun. And I'm just kind of maybe I'll see what other open collaborations I could do for this March medley. It's like a medley of open collaborations and combining them into one video to come up with more ideas for especially the Mixed Media March. That's the main one. I can't promise that I'll have a video every day, but I will try. I will try to keep them shorter. This one's a little longer than I like, but I may take out some of the hemming and hawing. So if it looked like I took some stuff out, I did, because I started out with one idea for the background and then did this idea for the background, and I really like how this turned out. I hope you guys have a delightful day. Love you.